Good morning. Welcome to 49ers in 5, your daily update on everything happening with the team that you need to know. I'm Rob Stats Guerrera. Today is Friday, May 31st, 2024. Here's what's happening with your San Francisco 49ers. The Niners are back on the field today for OTAs, so hopefully we should have some good stuff coming out of practice to talk about, and we will when it happens. Until then, we have this, the top 40 quarterback ranking from Chris Simms. He is in the middle of it as we speak. He has gotten to Brock Purdy at number 17. Sure, 49er fans are going to love that. Let's listen to Chris. First, the good.
The ultimate Shanahan quarterback. That's what we're talking about here. Yeah, okay, and there's some system involved. Obviously, system quarterback, but system plus. It's not just all system quarterback, right? I mean, it's not. I mean, first off, Brock Purdy, a little bit like Tua, has the ability to handle all the offense that Shanahan gives him, right? He can, and then take that to the football field and execute it at a pretty high level. That's where he's light years above a Jimmy Garoppolo. Brock Purdy doesn't mess that type of stuff up at all. So he's great that way. He's a damn good athlete. He can run. I mean, legit run. You saw it in the NFC Championship game, even in the playoffs, the Packer game, he found ways to do it, right? He can scramble to throw and do stuff like that as well. And for not a real big guy, he tries to play big. He does try to do that, right? So those are the positives about Purdy. And here's a little more positives. Like we talked about with Tua, great feel, right? Great anticipation. Like a lot of high-level quarterback plays where you watch the play and you go, well, the ball should go here. And you look and you go, well, damn, it's already there. Like whoa, okay, holy shit, he made that. That was quick. Like, I've talked about this with Shanahan before where he's been like, he makes decisions sometimes where I come back and I'm like, I don't even know how he made that decision that quick. Like, that is incredible, right? He has that ability, and that's where he's great. Feel, touch, some of that is really good.
All right, that's a lot of nice stuff in there. That's good. I think 49er fans would agree with all of that. Now, let's get to some of the bad with Brock Purdy.
If the game gets a little ugly or if Shanahan can't deliver, you're not going to see consistent great play from Brock Purdy, right? It's a little bit like, hey, when Shanahan's got it going, it's awesome. But, who did he struggle against, right? It's a little bit like Tua. The game got ugly. Great defensive coordinators. I know they're great defenses and all that, but it's like there was struggle. Like it was struggle. Whether you talk about the Ravens game late in the year, whether you talk about the Packers game, the Lions game wasn't very good either. Let's be serious. And, of course, the Super Bowl was just okay, right? And that's when, the Shanahan tricks get taken away and he can't get in rhythm and get going that way. He can still make some throws, and no doubt he can do that. And like we saw in the Super Bowl, he can get out of the pocket and make a few plays and do that, definitely. But, like I've said with some other guys, there's a lot more wow decisions than wow throws on the tape. That's what I would tell you. And there are more missed throws on tape than you realize. He gets the benefit of the doubt in some games where you go, damn, that guy was open. I can't believe he missed that. And then the next play is, well, this guy's really wide open, and he just ran for 40 yards after the catch, and we forget about the missed throw that he missed the play before. Where with a lesser team and a lesser quarterback or something, we're all over it because then we're like, they had to punt the ball. He had that guy open on second down. He missed it, and their team wasn't good enough to get somebody wide open on third down, to create that amnesia we're talking about there. All right, so
right, yes.
I'm not done yet. Shut up,
God.
okay?
There's more negatives. There's more negatives.
Well, he's got a very long motion,
Yes.
right? Even though he tries to play big, he's not. So even though he will hang in there more than most of your normal big quarterbacks, he doesn't make a lot of very good throws with people hanging around him and stuff like that either.
As if that wasn't enough, Chris would also go on to say that Brock Purdy's throwing motion is, quote, floppy, and it is very long, which I actually kind of agree with. Now, before you get the torches and pitchforks, just remember Chris had Brock Purdy at 26 on the countdown last year. So he's moved up 9 spots this year to 17. I guess that's good. Obviously, Chris thinks Brock is improving. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. And in case you're wondering, yes, I already have an interview request in to get Chris Simms on the show to talk about this. We always give you one thing to read, one thing to watch, and one thing you might have missed. One thing to read on this Friday. Mike Sando of The Athletic went through every team this offseason and picked out the move he likes the most. Good for the 49ers, obviously, to read that part, but also good opposition research on the other 31 teams. If you want to read it, the link is in the description of this episode. One thing to watch if you want a little more Florio and Chris Simms in your life. They did a 49ers grab bag yesterday. They answered a bunch of questions about the team. I thought it was very interesting. Again, link description episode. One thing you may have missed. We know the Hard Knocks team this year. It is going to be the Chicago Bears. They were one of 3 teams the league could have forced to do it. It's going to be Tuesday nights on HBO beginning on August 6th. Now, this year, there's also going to be an off-season Hard Knocks focused on the New York Giants that's going to air in July, and an in-season Hard Knocks that is going to follow 4 teams from one yet-to-be-announced division. That is a lot of Hard Knocks. That's a wrap on today's 49ers in 5. Please rate, review, and follow the Gold Standard Podcast Network. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. Click the bell to get notified every time we go live, which is every single weekday for you. Today, I will be live with Michelle Majuk from the NFL Network. We'll go over the Chris Simms quarterback ranking. I'll have my quarterback rankings as well, which she's going to pick apart and probably make me look silly, frankly. So you definitely want to be there for that. Enjoy your Friday and your weekend, everybody. We'll talk later today.